Hi, welcome to the Filthy Kitchen. I'm the Squatchman. Today, something interesting. I have something interesting to discuss today. I don't know if you people are familiar with David Goggins, former Navy SEAL. He wrote a book recently in the past couple of years. He used to be 300 pounds or something, and he became a Navy SEAL, and now he's an exercise fanatic. He exercises like crazy. But he said sometimes, like, people have said to him, "Oh, I wish I could exercise like you. I'm so lazy, I never feel like exercising," type thing. And he said, "What are you talking about? Sometimes I stare at my sneakers for like an hour, trying to motivate myself to put the sneakers on." And the reason I bring that up is, yes, the road to mastery is never easy. It's very difficult. And it was the same for me. Like, trying to exercise. I know I have a workout and I'll procrastinate. And your brain is trying to talk you out of it, saying, "Oh, we'll do it tomorrow," or "We need an extra day of rest," or something like this. Well, that was today for me. Today, I did not want to do the boxing. My body was just, let's rest. Let's rest today. We don't need to do this. We exercised already on Tuesday, we exercised Wednesday. Let's take today off. So I said, no. My brain. The brain controls everything. The mind, the power of mind. The mind controls the body. Do not let the body control the mind. This is disastrous. And I had quite the battle today with my mind and my body. I did not want to do the boxing. But I procrastinated for a few hours. And then finally I got up and I did a bit of a warm up. And then I sat down again and wasted another hour or so. And then I finally dragged myself down to the workout space. And I did my boxing. And you know what? It was excellent. It was easy. And I felt great. I felt great doing it, and I felt great when I was finished. And that's it. That is it. Afterwards, I was so glad I did it. My daughter, when she was here, I would always encourage her to exercise. I'd encourage her to do her boxing. I'd encourage her to work on her taekwondo. And afterwards, we would always have a little chat. And I would always say, and it was the same with her. She'd want to be lazy. Everybody, human beings want to be lazy. It's natural. And afterwards, I would always have a debriefing with her, and I'd always say, "Are you glad you did it?" And she would always say, "Yes, I'm glad I did it." And that's it. That's how I became a champion. And that's how I managed to stay in shape all my life, even though I eat like a garbage can a lot of the time. And that was today. Today, even at this age. There's a famous quote by Muhammad Ali. And he says, I hated every workout. This is paraphrasing because I didn't memorize it. He said, I hated every workout. I never enjoyed the workout. But I'd say to myself, you can quit now or you can live forever as a champion. And it's true. 100 years from now, people will still be talking about Muhammad Ali. No doubt about it. And I've got a picture in my workout space of Muhammad Ali that my brother gave me for my birthday or Christmas one year. It's just a cheap frame from the dollar store with a cutout picture from a magazine and Muhammad Ali stuck in there. But it's in the workout space, and it's Muhammad Ali's famous picture where he's standing over, I can't remember the guy he was fighting. This is ridiculous. But anyway, he's angry and he's scowling at him. The guy is lying there. And this is because the guy cheated in the fight. He put liniment, basically like Tiger Balm, on his gloves. So when he was punching Muhammad Ali, this stuff would get in his eyes and burn his eyes, and he couldn't see. And then when he finally knocked him out, he's so angry and he's screaming at him, and the guy is down there knocked out, just taking this verbal abuse from Muhammad Ali. But that's it today. So that's the teaching lesson for today. The mind has to be strong. The mind has to control the body. The mind has to tell the body what to do. And even if you're tired, it's different if you're injured. It's different if you really need a rest day. If you're sick or injured, that's a different kettle of fish. You have to listen to your body in that case. Sometimes your mind will want to work out when you're ill or you're injured. That's the time you listen to your body. But sore muscles are not the same as injury. Everybody has sore muscles. I have sore muscles a lot of the time. You know, I did 10 miles on the bike yesterday. The day before I did 10 miles on the bike and I did my boxing. Well, so today I just did the boxing. But my body was like, no mas, no mas. That's another quote from a famous boxer who quit. He said, no mas, no more. I can't think of names right now. I just woke up. But that's it. The mind controls the body. And sometimes the body is going to say no. Or your life. You could be waiting, trying to work out, and then your friend, hey, we're at the mall, why don't you come out and we'll get a coffee? And you have to have the discipline to say, no, I'm going to work out. It's much easier to say, sure, I'll do my workout later, which is terrible, because even if you do manage to do the workout later, you've kind of let yourself down. And most of the time, let's be honest, you're not going to get the workout done. I would 90% of the time get the workout done, but a lot of us are not going to do that. And at my age now, it's harder to do that if I run off and do things with my friends. You got to have the discipline to say, listen, I'll meet you in an hour. I got something to do. And don't let your friends talk you out of it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Your mind. That's why you should get up and do it first. And that way, if any distractions come during the day, if anyone asks you out for a coffee, if anybody does this, if anybody does that. And it's the same. And the other night, me being a night owl, working day shifts or whatever, somebody called me up. They wanted me to come and pick them up. They were at a party. And I said, no. I said, yes, I'll pick you up, but I'll be busy for an hour. Because at that time, I was just getting on the exercise bike. And, yeah, I have to get my workout in. I owe it to myself. It's part of my daily routine. And it's important. It's as important as a meal. It's as important as your job. Like if you had your job and someone said, oh, can you do this? Sorry, I'm working. Oh, working. Oh, well, if you're working, that makes sense. Well, exercise is just as important as working, but you don't have to tell the other person, because if you say, oh, I'm working, they'll understand. If you say, I'll meet you in an hour, I have to exercise, they're not going to understand. They're going to expect you to blow that off because, oh, I'm more important than your exercise. No, you must do what you set out to do, and you have to stick to it. But it's best to get these things done, especially on the weekend. Get them done early and out of the way, and then if your friends call you, yeah, sure, I can do it. Now, the only exception I would make to that is if your friends are from out of town and they're only in town for a very brief time, and they happen to be, they're like, hey, I'm just around the corner, I'm just gonna drive by your house, why don't we go get a coffee or something? I mean, then you have to make a decision. But once you make an excuse, it's like the old saying, the camel, don't let the camel get his nose under the tent door. Because once the camel gets his nose in, then he's going to get his eyes in, and then he's going to get his neck in, and then before you know it, you're sitting in a tent with a camel. And yeah, you got to nip it in the bud, is what that means. You have to make sure it doesn't happen to begin with. And that's half the problem. Same with if you stop exercising and then you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, anybody who's been in this situation quickly learns that if you miss a workout, pretty soon you'll be sitting there and you'll realize that 3 weeks have gone by and you haven't exercised. And then it's not, oh, I missed my exercise. It's, I got to get back to exercising. Well, I decided during these tough times, there's things I can't do right now. There's people I can't see right now. And what can I do? Well, I can drink water and I can breathe. Sometimes that's all you can do. All you can do is drink water and breathe. And then you can drink water and breathe and try to get some sleep. And if that fails, like there were times I couldn't sleep, which meant I couldn't exercise, because if I exercised, I wouldn't be able to recover, and I was exhausted all the time. So I said, well, what can I do? Well, I can breathe. So I practice breathing, and I can drink water. That's the very bottom. Well, now I'm sleeping better. I'm forcing myself to sleep, and exercise is helping me sleep. In fact, tonight when the alarm went off, I wanted to stay in bed for an extra hour, and I probably could have, but I wanted to put up a video, at least one. And yeah, I did my exercise. I'm proud of that. Now, I know I want to lift weights. I also want to stretch, and I also want to ride the bike, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And at least I got the boxing done. That's the bare minimum. And that's a tough workout. That's a very tough workout. But I got to start lifting weights again. I'm just losing too much muscle. So the weekend starts for me tomorrow. So this was a victorious week as far as exercise goes. And I just wanted to pass that along. Coffee's made. Steak is heated up. So I'm going to go deal with that. So till next time, who loves you, baby? This guy, don't forget about it. And also remember, you're somebody's favorite person in this world, probably mine. So we're going to be patient. We're going to think as positive as possible. And we are going to wait as patiently and with as much dignity as we can till these tough times pass. So till tomorrow, love you and goodbye.